Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids, where we finally have info on the Christmas fusion for Raid Shadow Legends in 2025. I've forgotten his name, but we'll see it in a second. But it is this cool Shadowkin guy. Let's take a look. We will have his full kit breakdown. Yukimasa, Demon of Ice. Sick. Let's see what Plarium has to say about it first. They have this to say. Hey folks, next Monday, the 15th of December, that's in 4 days from when this video is going live, we're planning to launch a classic fusion event of a new champion, Yukimasa, Demon of Ice. So classic fusions are typically quite difficult. You got to collect probably 16 rares, use them into 4 epics, use the 4 epics into this guy, but it's quite a lot of champion training and stuff along the way. The Shadowkin Attack Force Legendary. Yukimasa, Demon of Ice, is a highly versatile champion who can flex into whatever your team needs. Damage dealer, controller, or reviver. So, Shadowkin reviver, but he's a damage dealer. Okay. I mean, that's such a Shadowkin way of doing it. That's hilarious. But oh my god. It's the comment I get on like every fusion these days, or that was the comment on the mythical from Grim Forest. I wish it was a Shadowkin reviver. We got one for Christmas. He thrives in PvP, where he can serve as an extra control unit alongside your support CC debuffs, provide clutch revives, or step in as your primary or secondary DPS. When used properly, his A3 hits incredibly hard, especially when amplified by his passive. When paired with another CC support, you can fully lean into offensive stats and skip accuracy altogether. His A1 is especially valuable against mythical champions. Hello. Preventing them from switching forms. His standout feature is his A3, the ability to equalize the target's defense with his own? Oh? This shines against tanky enemy champions, allowing you to potentially one-shot your target and immediately follow up with an A2 AoE if you've stolen enough turn meter. Okay. You had my interest with Reviver. Now you have my attention. Let's take a look-see here. So yeah, I mean, visually he looks super cool. Yeah. All right, he looks awesome. Not crazy Christmassy, but I mean, he has an ice sword, so there is that. I guess he's got like reindeer horns or something. I don't know. Let's move me over on top of him. Let's take a look here. So, Winnowing Winter, his A1, attacks all enemies 25%. That books to a 40%. Placing block active skills for 1 turn. It cannot be resisted if there's at least 1 enemy under stun, freeze, sleep, fear, true fear, provoke, or petrification. So it doesn't include sheep, but it includes most others. Hard crowd control. Instantly activates this skill whenever this champion skips a turn because of stun, freeze, sleep, fear, true fear, provoke, or petrification. Okay, that's cool. So it is an AoE A1. That's pretty nice. Block active skills is only for 1 turn. This might be a champion you want to potentially go into the support tree, like Marius, and try to get Sniper and Master Hexer, so a higher chance to place this debuff, and potentially make it 1 turn longer. Like 2 turns of block active skills is far more impactful than 1 turn, obviously. So we will see. Again, if crowd control's out, it's irresistible. Otherwise, you need accuracy. And instantly activating it if you miss your turn is kind of cool, actually. Blizzard of Strikes is A2 is a 4 turn, that bucks to a 3 turn cooldown, attacks all enemies, ignores block damage. Sick. If they're adding quite a few ignore block damage champions, which is good because it is a very difficult debuff to deal with. That's cool. 75, that goes to a 100% chance to place a freeze debuff on all enemies for 1 turn. Cannot be resisted if there is 1 enemy already under stun, freeze, sleep, fear, true fear, provoke, or petrification. Interesting. He'll combo very well with like Fabian then, or Arman's, I suppose. But yeah, like Fabian's putting out lots of true fears. Really good chance then to land the AoE freeze. Yeah, I mean he'd be in the faction with Mikage. That could work okay as well. If she's stunned somebody, he can then AoE freeze everyone else. Mikage activating this A1 too, kind of cool. Yeah, and he is an attack-based champion. Revive. Here's the revive. Revives 1 random ally with half HP and turn meter if this skill did not kill an enemy. Revives all allies with half HP and turn meter if it kills at least 1 enemy. Holy shit. So he is a damage dealer. His big AoE nuke is AoE nuke, ignores block damage. It can be an AoE freeze, and it will revive straight up. It just revives somebody. If you kill someone, it revives everyone on your team who's dead. That's actually super cool. That's really, really strong. Sick. I mean, the only issue is he might be quite difficult to keep alive. I mean, in theory, you could build him like no damage and just give the guy like a little bit of accuracy and tons of HP, give him a regen set for Faction Wars Hard, and just bring other champions in for damage and just use this as a single target revive. Would it be worth it? Probably not, but I mean, it's an option. Stay in the Snows. 4-turn goes to a 3-turn cooldown. Attacks one enemy. Before attacking, steals all turn meter from the target. This cannot be resisted if there's at least one enemy under Stun, Freeze, Sleep, Fear, True Fear, Provoke, or Petrification. Also equalizes the target's defense with this champion's defense for this attack. Damage inflicted by this skill increases by the amount of turn meters stolen. That is sick. So, I mean, he's an attack-based champion. He's going to have very low defense. You're basically forcing your enemy to have low defense as well. That's pretty cool. I would say you're still going to want to build. Obviously, ignore defense on him is going to be still definitely worth going for, certainly for his other moves as well. But that is very interesting. Okay, and like, yes, steal all the turn meter. Hit extremely hard. Yeah. So every single one of his moves requires accuracy unless there is one of these bits of hard crowd control out there already. So that could be a little bit tricky. He might be a little unreliable in that sense, but he should still be able to do this to damage dealers, right? Like people who don't build any resistance, he should still be landing these abilities on them. And then if you've landed it on one of them, then you could target their tanky people. Like let's say I do an AoE freeze, or yeah, AoE freeze or what? So yeah, that could work. Freeze their damage dealer, and then I could nuke their tank, their Galathea or whatever. That could be cool. All right. Solitary Demon. Passive. Fills his turn meter by 50% whenever he skips a turn because of Stun, Freeze, Sleep, Fear, True Fear, Provoke, or Petrification. Okay, cool. Whenever this champion skips a turn because of one of those debuffs, their next active skill will ignore 50% defense. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, wow. So yeah. Oh shit. You get True Feared or Petrified by a Fabian. Bam, you get 50% turn meter when you miss your turn because of it, and you instantly do his A1. I wonder if this applies to his A1. I think that's what they were implying here on the thing. Let's see. No, his A3 amplified by his passive. So I'm not sure if his A1 will get that damage boost or if it would be his A2 or A3 only. Like that's a default skill. These would be more active skills. It's a little confusing in the sense that these are, I'd say these three are actives and this one is passive, but I think next active skill might not include that A1. It might only be these other two, but I mean, that is a crazy damage boost. So you really don't mind if you're affected by this crowd control. Pretty interesting. Yeah, and then he's got attack in arena battles, 33%. Boring, but it's there. It's cool. Yeah, this guy seems like he's, broadly speaking, going to be pretty damn good for most people. Now, in terms of like arena meta, he's pretty strong. He's got an anti-crowd control stuff going on. He's a damage dealer with a revive. He's got lots of good damage. He's got good crowd control. He does have a lot going on. He will probably get his freeze wanded back at him. That's a bit of a problem. You try to freeze enemies, he's going to get frozen himself. But his passive makes it not a big deal, right? Because if he gets frozen, if he misses his turn, no problem. He gets 50% turn meter, and he's going to do 50% ignore defense on his next skill. So his next attack is going to be monstrously powerful. Pretty interesting. He'd be very, very strong for Shadowkin Faction Wars, which is a very difficult faction. He is the best reviver for the faction. So yeah, that's really strong. Yeah, and I think he could be quite helpful for Grim Forest as well. He's bringing AoE crowd control. Turn meter steal single target as well is good for some stuff. AoE freeze, useful for the fire boss. He's the right affinity for the fire boss as well. He's got AoE damage for waves. The turn meter steal is useful. Block active skills and freeze for waves. Damage, revive. Good against crowd control. Pretty good there too. I don't know. That is my initial impression of Yukimasa. He is a damage dealer, so we don't know for sure until we see his actual damage, but it's pretty much impossible that he won't hit hard if you got that 50% ignore defense. I guess the question is, how hard does he hit if he doesn't have the passive trigger? I don't expect him to be too crazy for arena, to be honest. Without survivability, he'll be nifty, but probably not that crazy. What I do think he'll be very, very good for is Faction Wars, definitely. Grim Forest, Curse City, anywhere like that. He'll be extremely helpful. Um, yeah, I think any AoE crowd control champion and definitely any reviver as a fusion, they're always worth going for. So yeah, will I go for this guy? 100%. How good is he? Don't know for sure till we see his damage. I don't think he's going to be top tier in arena, but I think he'll be pretty decent, and I think he'll be phenomenal for faction wars. Yeah, which is makes him very worth getting because it's not an easy faction. He combines probably very well with Mikage as well, and should be good for Grim Forest, and he's cool. He is cool. Here you go. Let me know your thoughts down below. That is Yukimasa, Demon of Ice. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.